Hello friends, my name is Pritamani. So today's video topic is checked and unchecked exception in Java. So I will first of all discuss about exception. Exception is a unwanted or a accepted event which occurs during the execution of a program uh, at a runtime. The disrupts the normal flow of the program instruction and Java. There are two types of exception. First one is a checked exception, and second one is a unchecked exception. Next, I will discuss about is a checked exception. Checked exception. There are uh, there are the exception that are checked at compile time. If some code within a method throws a checked exception, then the method must either handle to exception or it must specify exception using the uh, throw keywords. In checked exception, there are two types. First one is a fully checked and second one is a partly checked exception. The fully checked exception is a checked exception where all its child classes are also checked like IO exception. Uh, exception is checked exception where checked like IO exception, inter exception, particular checked exception is a checked exception where some of its child classes are unchecked like exception. Uh, for example of next one is for example of consider the following Java program. The opens the file at location and prints the first three lines of it. The program doesn't compile because the function main uses file reader and file reader throws a checked exception, file not found exception. It also uses a read line and close method, and this method is also throw checked exception. Next, I will discuss about unchecked exception. Mm, Next, unchecked exception. Mm, Unchecked exception. These are the exception that are not checked at compile time. In C++, all exceptions are unchecked, so it is not forced by the compile to either handle to specify the exception. It is up to forced by the compile to either handle or specify the exception. It is up to the programmer to be civilized and specify or catch the exception. In Java, exception under error and runtime exception classes are unchecked exception. Everything else under throwable is checked. Consider the following Java program. Uh, it compiles fine, but it throws arithmetic exception when run. The compile allow it to compile because arithmetic exception is an unchecked exception. This information is checked and unchecked exception. Thank you guys.